Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic. Let's do something different tonight, y'all. Classic. So. Keep it all the way real. When it come to her, they gon' say I'm doing too much. I keep everything close to the chest. I ain't gon' play about it too much. Ooh. I die for you, kill for you, Just know that I'll be here for you, I'll be here for you. Real life, ooh. I die for you, kill for you, Just know that I'll be here for you, I'll be here for you. When it come to her, they gon' say I'm doing too much. I keep everything close to the chest. I ain't gon' play about it too much. At all. I ain't gon' play about it too much. Me and you, we building a life. Real life. No title is bigger than wife. Dude see something he like. He try it, I hope he can fight. Over that pussy, I'm ready to die. And kill. Over that pussy, I'm ready to die. So if he tried, I hope he can fight. Some people might call it toxic, I call it protecting the love of my life. She go tweaking off for a night and try to double back, it ain't gon' be no twice. That's why me and dudes ain't got the same taste. I like a plain Jane swag wifey. Being in love is cool, but she gotta like me. Treat her like a goddess. Amen. Treat me like a titan. Big dog. I think of today. Yes, Lord. It make me excited. Yes, Lord. She don't need attention from no other man. She rockin' with Byron. Rockin' with me. So shorty, you trying to get. All right. Yo, it's Classic with the classic codes, and we got a special segment tonight. Red Room with Classic, the first installment. Classic. Yes, Lord. How y'all doing? I see we got people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As y'all can see, I'm in a chill mood. We in a different space. We got the red lights on, and we just taking it easy. I got a full segment, though, for y'all. I got a full slate. We're going to go through a few different reaction videos. And we're going to be talking about some adult topics, talking about intimacy, talking about foreplay, talking about the differences in what men and women need in regards to warming up the engine. So we got a grown folks show. We got a grown folks show tonight on Red Room with Classic. So I want to welcome everybody in for the first installment of Red Room with Classic, man. Classic. But yeah, we're gonna get into the first topic, which is gonna be the icebreaker for the night is gonna be affirmations. Talking about affirmations during making love. So let me get this pulled in for y'all, and we're gonna actually see what they talking about. We'll be doing all reactions from TikTok this evening. We'll be doing all reactions from TikTok, and pretty much just diving into these topics as a team. So in the chat, don't be shy. Feel free to chime in on the conversation. We're gonna try to keep everything grown and classy, but we're gonna keep it real too, because adults do adult things, right? So we're gonna keep it real too, but we're gonna keep it grown and classy. What's going on, you see I got the stick. What's going on with it? Uncle Plug in the building. Chat 333 up late at night. I ain't expect to see nobody in here this evening. Classic. Now I didn't expect to see nobody in here this evening. I'm grateful for y'all, for sure. So we'll be talking about affirmations during love making. Let's get off into this one real quick. So we on TikTok. Here we go. Let's see what she's talking about.
Max, and then work our way backwards.
Okay.
To how you got there. Words.
Okay.
Love to start at the climax and then work our way backwards.
Okay.
To how you got there. So can you share like an incredible sacred sexual experience that you've had?
Oh yes. It was at the beginning of this healing. It was just full of consent, which I don't even know what that means. Just a lot of yeses. Yes, this is okay. Yes, that's okay. And it was the first time that I had experienced affirmations or someone affirming me while making love to me. It was also the first time I had.
What does that sound like?
You're powerful. You are so beautiful. You are loved. You are love. You are healthy. You are successful. Like literally just affirming me. Thank you. I'm so grateful for this moment. It literally felt like just spirals. Just everything was just like unlocking, which is it's actually funny that I do that because I think that's how our chakras churn. That's what it felt like. I just felt completely elevated and lifted off this planet. And that set the standard for me, especially having rarely ever heard words like that from a man.
Love to start.
So listen, we're gonna play this one more time. She's discussing the first time she ever received affirmations during intimacy. There's gonna be certain words that I'll refrain from saying repetitively, like the sex word. I'll be staying away from trying to say that very many times. But yeah, she's gonna be explaining her first time receiving affirmations during intimacy. Chat, y'all can open up about anything y'all want, up to y'all own limits and discretion, but let's have this adult conversation. Affirmations during intimacy. Is this a real thing? Is this a rare occurrence? Is this something that y'all haven't heard of before? Is it something that you have? Is this some new shit to you? Talk to me. Like I said, we here, Red Room with Classic. We having the grown folks talk at this hour. Let's do it one more time.
At the climax and then work our way backwards
Okay.
to how you got there. So can you share like an incredible sacred sexual experience that you've had?
Oh yes. It was at the beginning of this healing. It was just full of consent, which I don't even know what that means. Just a lot of yeses. Yes, this is okay. Yes, that's okay. And it was the first time that I had experienced affirmations or someone affirming me while making love to me. It was also the first time I had.
What does that sound like?
You're powerful. You are so beautiful. You are loved. You are love. You are healthy. You are successful. Like literally just affirming me. Thank you. I'm so grateful for this moment. It literally felt like just spirals. Just everything was just like unlocking, which is it's actually funny that I do that because I think that's how our chakras churn. That's what it felt like. I just felt completely elevated and lifted off this planet. And that set the standard for me, especially having rarely ever heard words like that from a man.
Love to start.
Make sure y'all tap in with Lovers and Friends. This is their TikTok channel, but make sure you tap in with them on TikTok or YouTube, whatever your preferred platform is. First off, shout out to these two beautiful sisters and all that chocolate that was talking. You know what I'm saying? God bless the creator for knowing just what texture and tone to put on that skin. Classic. You understand me? We gonna show appreciation to the beauty of these queens right here, first and foremost.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Yes, Lord. What we talking about in the comments? Uncle Plug said, real talk, I do that when I'm soul snatching. Hey, Uncle Plug said, I was just about to say, it sounded like she described somebody hitting that bottom. Classic. And what they call it, hitting that bottom. He said, I call it gullible pushing, punching. Hitting that bottom. Classic. Yeah. It sound like somebody then uplifted this queen in a way that she needed to be exalted, and he showed her a form of worship in that moment. Affirmations during love making definitely I think it's one of those things, if we're gonna have a conversation about it, it's one of those things that it's absolutely amazing every time, but is it honest all the time? Probably not, right? You got some people that take that intimacy talk during the act. They take that talk too far, start making promises they ain't trying to keep, start whispering all type of stuff in each other's ear. You know what I mean? And it's when it's genuine, I think y'all, that's when it's time to be procreating, right? But when it's when it's just banter, so to speak, I think it could be used as a war weapon, for lack of a better term. Everything alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Uncle Plug laughing. Yeah. The word when you right there where you need to be. And she tell you this, she letting you know to stay right there, and you already know to stay right there, and you right there where you need to be. And then you start talking while you right there where you need to be. Whatever you say right then and there, you got to be careful. You got to be
Classic.
Listen, I'm trying to keep everything classy in the way that I'm speaking about it, so you got to follow me now. Uncle Plug said it's wonderful when you run across something that you can't pull out. Now listen, I said keep it classy. Here go Uncle Plug.
Sometimes you just gotta crash on that.
But listen, my brother, I understand. I understand, my brother. I understand. Yes, sir. But yeah, affirmations during intimacy, I think it's a unique conversation, because a lot of times when you hear people talking about talking during the act, it's normally talking what we would call talking dirty, right? It's not quite the same as what she's describing. You're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're successful, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. And so yeah, I think that I don't know. I think that the affirmations that she talking about, that's some powerful stuff. I think that's that type of yeah. Unc said it's deeper than that. Yeah. What'd you say? Hey, yeah. Hey, something. Hey. For those that are blessed, literally, literally, you know what I'm saying? But it's like one of those things. Yeah, he said it's an intertwining. Absolutely. That conversation, that intimate conversation that she talking about, it's a cut above some of the talking that I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. All of that lingo, when you doing what you're supposed to do, and you talking when your timing of your talking is appropriate, and she about to meet the creator for a moment of glee and bliss, and you talking and you saying something right in that ear, whatever it is could be used to build or destroy. Amen.
Classic.
Whatever it is could be. Hey, you hear me? To build or destroy.
I'm only gonna do this once.
He said nugget touching. What is that, Unc? Oh, that don't sound right from where I'm from, Unc. You got to explain that one now. You got to explain that one. Nugget touching sound crazy. Oh, no, I can't read that, Unc. Hey, Unc said, oh, this is the After Dark show.
I'm only going to do this once.
Hey, look, listen. My man went straight in. Yeah, I hear you, though. Yes, sir. I hear you, though. But, yeah, affirmations during love making. An interesting conversation to break the ice. Let's go on. He said it's in there. Yep. But look, let's go ahead and move on to the question of the night. So normally we'll do a question of the day segment, but since this is Red Room with Classic and it's the late night, grown folks conversation, we're going to call it question of the night. This one is called What is Foreplay to Women? And we're going to stay on TikTok, and we're going to slide over to none other than Joy Taylor, all right? And she's going to be breaking down what foreplay is to women. And I guess, this will be me listening to it in its entirety for the first time here with y'all. So I'll give y'all my authentic reaction, and I'll also give y'all my male perspective on the topic at hand. Let's roll.
To women, look, we all have different things that we're into, so I'm only going to speak about what I think generally is foreplay to women. Don't run from the other side and jump in the fucking pool, okay? Because the pool's not wet yet. You gotta take your time. Come down the stairs. Make sure your foot is on every single one of those things, the little steps, so you don't slip, and just ease in. I think that foreplay to women is really about being intentional. It's not all the same. It's not physical. It's about making sure that the woman that you're with feels comfortable and that you're paying attention to her. I can't tell you what sexually you need to do with your girl because we all have different shit that we're into. We want to feel comfortable. We want to feel sexy. Maybe it's a little massage if she's into that. Maybe it's, a couple of sweet nothings in her ear while you guys are watching Netflix. There's a variety of different things. But foreplay to women is, I think, emotional. I think it's attention. I think it's intentionality. Whatever that is for your particular partner is her. Send in your questions to twopersonalpodcasts@gmail.com. Or again, follow us on social media as you should be at Two Personal Show. Go on IG on Sundays. We set up the prompt so you can send in your stories. We love hearing from you guys.
All right, y'all. So y'all heard the explanation of what she said foreplay is to women. She said a whole lot, but y'all tell me, chat, do y'all have clarity after listening to what she defined it as? She said it was being intentional, it was paying attention, it was making the woman feel attended to. If she likes certain things, going to those things. He said same thing has worked. He said same thing has worked. Is she talking about, cuz? What the is she talking about, cuz? Hey, what's the same thing? What's been working? He said the same thing been working. What is she talking about? Listen, she said a whole lot. I was waiting for her to say something.
Classic.
Because when your message is too vague, you end up not saying nothing at all. You know what I mean? She put a big umbrella around, paying attention. Okay, that could look a trillion different ways. And I think she kind of said that too. So it was just like, okay, you didn't really give us a recipe to cook anything. Uncle Plug TV said, my bad, got sidetracked when she started talking.
I'm only gonna do this once.
I ain't even gonna ask you why, dog. At this hour, you know what I mean? I don't want no smoke. I ain't gonna ask you why. But yeah, man. Yeah, she said it was a lot of different things. Let's hear it again.
What is considered foreplay to women? Look, we all have different things that we're into, so I'm only going to speak about what I think generally is foreplay to women. Don't run from the other side and jump in the fucking pool, okay? Because the pool's not wet yet. You gotta take your time. Come down the stairs. Make sure your foot is on every single one of those things, the little steps, so you don't slip, and just ease in. I think that foreplay to women is really about being intentional. It's not all the same. It's not physical. It's about making sure that the woman that you're with feels comfortable and that you're paying attention to her.
So what that mean? What does that mean? Translate that. Make sure she feel comfortable and that you paying attention to her. How does that translate into warming up the engine? How does that translate into, starting that car? You know what I mean? Getting that AC cool on a warm day before we hop in this whip. How does it equate to that? Because I'm listening to you, but I'm listening for some clear direction. If we're seeking education in this moment, gentlemen, do we feel as though we are receiving it? Ladies, do you feel like she's doing a good job of describing it? Hit the like button while you're here. Let's go.
I can't tell you what sexually you need to do with your girl because we all have different shit that we're into. We want to feel comfortable. We want to feel sexy. Maybe it's a little massage if she's into that. Maybe it's, a couple of sweet nothings in her ear while you guys are watching Netflix. There's a variety of different things. But foreplay to women is, I think, emotional. I think it's attention. I think it's intentionality. Whatever that is for your particular partner is her. Send in your questions to twopersonalpodcasts@gmail.com. Or again, follow us on social media as you should be at Two Personal Show. Go on IG on Sundays. We set up the prompt so you can send in your stories. We love hearing from you guys.
Amazing. So Uncle Plug said, nah, she on that BS. Yeah, it was I need more clarity for sure. I agree with you. He said 333. What up, Jay Zilla? All gotta be on time. She gotta want you, or is signing up for pity party on the panty side. I mean,
Essentially, I mean, that's the case. Because hear me out real quick. Well, before we move off this topic, hear me out. Well, let me read Uncle Plug topic first. I mean, comment first. He said foreplay is and has always been eyes, hands, breathing, touching, teasing, inhaling, exhaling, her aura, hunching, and being intentional with your intimacy. I mean, hey, look, hey, that's about the size of it. You know what I mean? That's that's about. I mean, that's a great summary. If we had to put it in a quick little paragraph, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's about it right there.
I'm only gonna do this once.
That's about it right there. But I would say this. You could start the foreplay early. You know what I mean? Like it depends on what type of relationship it is. Like, okay, I'll give y'all an example. If you work all day and she work all day, you know, you send her a little something around lunchtime when you know she's free to check it and respond. You send her a little something like a little flirty. And then when she respond, you get flirty. You know what I mean? So she know what you on kind of, but she, you know what I'm saying? And then that give her a chance to get her little response or whatever. And then you might want to put a little gesture or something small together to let you know you on a different type of time in the day. You know what I mean? When you see her later on, and then you go from there. As far as like Uncle Plug say, it's gonna end up boiling back down to the fundamentals of it though, which he said foreplay has always been eyes, hands, breathing, touching, teasing, exhaling, inhaling, her aura, hunching, being intentional with your intimacy. I think that's a great summary right there. It's gonna always boil back down to those fundamentals. You can add some rose petals to it. You can add some, you know, some tea light candles to it. You can add, you know, whatever your little touch. You want to put some red balloons. You want to put some lights together, a playlist, whatever it is. You can put your little touch on it, but it is going to boil back down to them fundamentals. So, yeah, I mean, you got to understand that love making is such a primitive activity, right? Making love is such a primitive activity. So it's one of those things where, you know, it's gonna at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, you know, unclothing and embracing for lack of vulgar terms. You know what I mean? We trying to keep it classy.
I'm only gonna do this once.
For sure. But yeah, her definition was like, it's almost like sometimes they speak so broad so that it's impossible to be disagreeable, but you end up not really making a point for real, you know? But I'm glad we were here to work through it and get it all figured out.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
But yeah, that's our discussion on the question of the night. What is foreplay to women? Thank you to Joy Taylor for always giving us something to respond to, whether we agree, disagree, or something in between. Holla, you know, that was dope. Let's move. All right, so we're going to be talking about intimacy differences amongst genders. Okay, so we stand with TikTok. And we're going to slide over to this podcast. They are a smaller podcast. I don't know. I'm going to find their names. And of course, I'll link it to the edited version of this video, like always. But I don't know their names off the top of my head. Let me find the video. Here we go. All right, so they're going to be talking, you know, the man is going to be giving the male perspective and the woman is going to be giving the woman perspective on the different types of intimacy needs within a relationship. Let's go.
I need it in order to think, in order to eat.
We say we need more affection. We say we need more intimacy. We want to feel more connected emotionally. Your response to that is, why do you need that for me to have sex?
Yes.
Why is that the response? You know, that is what makes me connected to now feel like I want to have sex with you.
It takes a lot more work.
To be connected.
It has nothing to do with emotion. It's a genuine need.
It's not that we don't believe you, but it's like your need and my need are both priorities for each of us.
If I'm horny 5 times throughout the day and I have to meet your emotional need 5 times throughout the day, I would feel drained. completely, right? Let's do. I'm not thinking about. I need to meet her emotional need first for her to want to reciprocate.
I'm glad you said that.
This for me.
I'm glad you said that.
Why?
When it comes to sex, the man says,
I need it in order to think, in order to eat.
when we say we need more affection, we say we need more intimacy, we want to feel more connected emotionally. Your response to that is, why do you need that for me to have sex?
Yes.
Why is that the response? You know, that is what makes me connected to now feel like I want to have sex with
It takes a lot more work.
to be connected.
It has nothing to do with emotion. It's a genuine need. And
It's not that we don't believe you, but it's like your need and my need are both priorities for each of us.
if I'm horny 5 times throughout the day and I have to meet your emotional need 5 times throughout the day, I would feel drained completely, right? Let's do. I'm not thinking about. I need to meet her emotional need first for her to want to reciprocate.
I'm glad you said that.
This for me.
I'm glad you said
All right, y'all. What y'all think about that, chat? What do y'all think about that? There was a lot of differences. There was a lot of differences being discussed, right? So he's talking about, look, I need it when I need it. Ain't nobody trying to have to do all that to get a little, you feel me? You know, it might. And she like, you got to warm up the engine. You got to do this. We got to feel connected. We got a lot of da. And he like, me want to smash. You know what I mean? I think that's one of those differences that, you know, couples have to deal with. I know I've heard a lot of different things in reference to this, right? I've heard women say their drive is higher than the men that they deal with typically, and that they're not getting it as much as they need it, right? And then you've heard men saying, you know what I mean, they're in relationships that are largely sexless, you know, and then so I've heard different things around this in regards to intimacy needs and, you know, couples and things like that. Let's open up the conversation. Uncle Plug said women generally want to be wanted. The harder, the better. Your woman should want it whenever, I repeat, whenever you want it. These new witches got too many toys and shit. Uncle Plug, come on, dog. This the late night show. We supposed to be chilling, dog, but I get it.
Sometimes you just gotta crash on that.
I get it. I get it. And listen, I don't think you lying. I don't think you lying. You know what I mean? I understand. I really do. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, man, I get it. I get it. He said, I stay crashing. Hey, do you? Chat 333. We the most dangerous, the best chat in all streaming platforms, especially on YouTube. You know, classic. You got to do you. I ain't gonna stop it. But yeah, I think there's a lot of differences, right? But I think the main thing in regards to this is just finding somebody. I think, you know, if it's something that's 333 all day long, if it's something that's important to you, right? You have some people who say that they don't feel that sex, you know, intimacy is the most important or super high on the list of priorities within a relationship. It's going to be important for them to be with somebody who feels the same way about that activity. Because if you try to be with somebody long term who is very important to, you know, that's going to breed a lot of different scenarios, you know, infidelity being one for sure. What else? What other scenarios? Resentment, disdain, you know, all types of things like that too. So, you know, that's something that it's important to discuss because everybody don't have the same philosophy in regards to their intimacy needs and wants. And then too, you got to think about it like this. If you from a male perspective and you need it more, but the woman is saying it's not, you know, it's not necessarily something that she need more than what y'all doing. Now it's like she giving you obligation booty. And who wants obligation booty? You know, not me.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You know? So then, you know, then there's other conversations that should be had. You know, is that do we need to bring in, you know, someone to assist with this to make sure that my drive is, you know, that I can run up the miles I need to run up with the type of drive that I have. You know, is a sister wife on the table? You know, the women out here, the first thing they want to do is jump out the window and say no. But hey, let's weigh out the pros and cons here. Is there any practicality that we can exercised within this conversation to bring forth resolutions that are feasible.
Classic.
Holla if you hear me. So yeah, I think that these conversations are pertinent, because you know, as men, they say at a certain point our organs down, in that region stop functioning properly. I don't believe that's the case. I think you take care of yourself, you put the right things inside your body. I think you should be able to, hunch until you go ahead and pass on away. But for most people, that's not going to be the case. You know what I mean? And so while you still in the game, until your biology make you hang up that jersey, I understand that you want to press the gas when your body's saying go. And having a woman that's going to oblige is an amenity that I think most men would love to have.
Classic.
So and same goes in reverse. If the woman in the relationship is a full-blown nymphomaniac and she need it right now, and your engine just can't handle it, she needs somebody with a V8, a Hemi, and the NOS turbo boost, right? And you riding V6, you can handle somebody normal, but this ain't normal. I think that trying to hang in there as if you can keep up, you're gonna keep, again, it breeds a lot of different types of scenarios, and infidelity being one. So being on the same page as far as intimacy, I think does have a significant impact on whether or not infidelity will be an issue in the relationship. I think that's something that should be discussed further for sure. Uncle Plug said polygamy is in your future. You should start passing out applications. You might catch what you pitching, my boy. Uncle Plug, I appreciate your words of positivity and optimism over my life, my
Classic.
man. I receive it. Is it something that I'm actively seeking at the moment? No, but I receive these kind words of optimism that you're speaking over my life. I do receive. I do condone this. No rebuking will be done here.
I'm only gonna do this once.
I wouldn't mind having two wives. That sounds all right to me. I'm always here for you. I appreciate you, Unc. I really
Classic.
do. I really do. Yeah, I wouldn't mind too. That really comes down to alignment. But I think that a lot of our women in this part of the world have been tricked out of their position in regards to understanding just how beneficial sister wifehood actually is. And because they've lost the understanding and the perspective on how beneficial sister wifehood is, you have generation on top of generation of extremely exhausted women. They are tired, and it's because their job isn't a one-woman job. But nobody wants to have the conversation. We don't have to now.
Classic.
Uncle Plug said, I ain't speaking, I'm chanting. Hey, come on now. Hey, it can happen for me. But yeah, at a point in my life that was a goal, but these days not so much. Had to be organic for sure. But yeah, intimacy differences amongst the genders. I've heard all types of things. This is one of those things where I wouldn't even, because I've heard so many different angles on this topic, I wouldn't even be able to generalize it, right? I don't know that I can say most men have higher drives than women or women than men, because I've heard scenarios from both genders about them having issues with the levels of drive on either side. So this is a conversation I think is truly boils down to individual case basis. Definitely, for sure. So, but I would say that it's very important that people are honest about how much and just how important it is to them and how much they need and what they need and all of that. I think that's something that if you're thinking about doing something long term, you got to talk. You definitely got to talk about that. You don't want to, You don't want to end up getting so far that you done tied the knot, and then you end up being one of the statistics of the men who are in a marriage that is completely sexless.
Classic.
Because listen, if hell on earth is a thing, that's got to be a part of it.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You feel me? So yeah, that's the segment on intimacy differences amongst genders. All right. So those are all 3 segments. You know, we 35 minutes in. This doesn't have to be a long show. You know, hopefully I'm helping somebody get to the club or from home from the club, or if you just up on some late night, it's late and you know you doing whatever you do for relaxation and you stumbled across the live stream, you know, whatever the case may be, shoot, talk to me. I got a few minutes for chat Q&A. If y'all want to talk about anything in particular, you know, have any questions around anything, just, you know, shoot them in the chat and then I'll bark back. You know, we'll get into it. He said, good night, bro. Okay, plug up out of here. But yeah, if y'all got anything for Q&A, holla at me. Play a little bit of this track.
Classic. So.
Yeah.
Keep it all the way real. When it come to her, they gon' say I'm doing too much. I keep everything close to the chest. I ain't gon' play about it too much. Ooh. I die for you, kill for you. Just know that I'll be here for you. I'll be here for you. Real life, ooh. I die for you.
My dog Jay Zilla said late show. Shout out to Uncle Plug. Shout out to Jay Zilla in the chat. Shout out to everybody that fell through and just enjoyed. Didn't really speak. It's all good. You know, I know it's different situations for everybody. Some folks listening at work, all type of things. So make sure y'all hit the like button. Take a second to hit the like button and share this. Let people know about the Red Room with Classic. You know what I mean? It's a new segment that I'll probably be adding in. Maybe let's say once or twice a month. You know what I mean? I'll just, you know, we'll do the late night segment and we'll have some adult conversation. Maybe plan it out a little bit more in advance next time through so that people know to get them a nap in and stay up for it, have a conversation. We can even turn it into a panel discussion. You know what I mean? The sky's the limit for all the ideas, but the first thing we do when we have an idea, we got to push that thing out so we make sure that it exists, right? It's in the space now. So y'all can hold me to it when the next time you're doing another Red Room. I missed it. I didn't know it was happening. When the next time we're doing it, now that it exists, somebody got me something, has something to hold my feet to the fire about. Hey, you said you was going to give us this segment once a month. You know, you said you was going to give us Queen Codes once a month. You know what I mean? We need a men's minute this month. Where the panel's at? Let's get it. So, you know, I'm pushing out content for y'all in all different formats, all different ways. We're going to keep finding different ways to innovate and deliver unique content so that everything is not completely repetitive and redundant and boring, but, you know, unique and different and refreshing. You know what I mean? So it is, you know, the Red Room with Classic. This is the first segment. And if you don't do nothing, you know, for me, I need you to stick to the codes. We got another one. Red Room.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow.